The fentanyl poisoning of an area teen is now the basis of federal legislation.
It's a tragic story that has become all too common involving fentanyl-laced pills. According to the CDC, over 150 people die every day from overdoses related to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. With
fentanyl being the leading cause of deaths in Americans 18 to 25.
And concerns continue to grow. In the past month, law enforcement in 18 states come across these brightly colored pills. They're laced with fentanyl, seen as an effort to attract younger users.
And it's a trend KCPD is trying to get ahead of, saying that they're seeing an increase of young people becoming victims.
And police say the majority of overdose deaths from fentanyl-laced drugs occur in 15 to 24-year-olds.
This type of tragedy can happen to any family in America right now.
A Shawnee mother knows all too well how the fentanyl crisis can impact a family. Her 16-year-old son, Cooper Davis, died from a fentanyl poisoning last August.
It's a story the KSHB 41I team has been following closely. Now a bill filed in the U.S. Senate is named after Cooper. It would require social media companies to report illegal drug deals on the platforms to law enforcement.
KSHB 41 investigator Cameron Taylor spoke with Cooper's mother and the U.S. Senator about this legislation.
No child in this country is safe from fentanyl.
For more than a year, Libby Davis's mission has been to raise awareness about the dangers of fentanyl. Her 16-year-old son Cooper died after taking half of what he thought was a Percocet pill. He and 3 friends shared 2 blue pills that turned out to be fake. Cooper's mom says the fake pills came from a dealer on Snapchat.
Gone are the days where kids can just safely experiment with drugs. There is no such thing as safe experimentation anymore.
You've lost a son who was experimenting, who was poisoned.
Davis and U.S. Senator Roger Marshall are now working together to pass a bill. It's called the Cooper-Davis Act. The bill would require social media companies to report illegal drug deals on their platforms to the Department of Justice. How would you enforce this?
Well, that's a good question. I hope we don't have to. I hope that they'll be proactive. So basically, as long as they are cooperating, as long as they're doing everything in their power to communicate, then that would be great. If not, maybe there'll be fines, maybe something beyond that.
Social media companies would also need to save information. That information could be evidence in law enforcement investigations. Do you think social media companies are doing enough right now?
I don't. I don't think that they are. I think we need someone to provide more oversight. I think we should be able to audit social media companies and find out if their algorithms for detecting these sorts of things are working appropriately, and also the next step that they are being reported.
Davis says she first met with the senator's team in May. She hopes the bill will get enough support to become a law.
I really hope that other senators and then the House will come around this and recognize that it could happen to one of their family members if we don't get a handle on it real quickly.
For Davis, having her son's name on federal legislation honors him and helps her know something good can come out of tragedy.
I'm certain it's going to help save lives. So, you know, knowing that that will happen, that those good things will come from this, helps us believe that Cooper's death is not in vain.
For the KSHB 41I team, I'm Cameron Taylor.